What's going on, everybody? It's my Polar Bear. Thank you all so much for checking out another video. And what I got for you today, I'm actually doing another comment response, and this one is going to take a while. It's something that I put a considerable amount of thought into, and I usually when I do a comment response, I'll spend the majority of time breaking it down and then take the shall we say, 'cause we're 30 seconds in for a little bit, and then be a little bit sarcastic about my return, unless, you know, valid points are made, in which case we'll have a genuine discussion about it. And this is what I've got for you today. Now, ever since I've come back, I've always been more than happy to either reply to comments or, alternatively, help people who are struggling, because it's taken me 10 years to find what I would class as a niche, and I can help you in a way of getting yourself ready to go. As far as growing a channel, I don't think my expertise genuinely go that far, but one thing I have got is a lot of experience, so I'm more than happy to help out today. So I'm going to look over here. Linus OX851, X is in your name. Hey Bear, I'm looking at starting a YouTube channel. Any tips? Is it expensive? Can I use AI? I have no idea, and I know if I YouTube it, I'll get a lot of BS. I trust your judgment. Also help with scheduling, topics. I know I want to make videos, but I don't know how to make videos, if that makes sense. Yes, it does make sense. I've known for that for a very long time. You will have a absolute channel identity crisis. Okay, you'll try different things, you'll throw things against a wall, see if they stick. You'll have success with certain things. You will want to try and hold on to that success whilst it just fleets away from you. And you will spend a lot of time trying to rebuild that again when it just isn't going to happen. YouTube is a random, fickle beast, and unless you play by the rules, if you don't know how to play the game, then you're going to fall behind quickly. Because, I hate to break this to you, and this is practically everybody, when we put a video out there, we are just casting into an ocean. We're just casting into an ocean and hope that fish, i.e. viewers, are going to come around and take interest in our bait. Problem is, we're not all fishing with the same bait, alright? Some people are, you know, they've spent years building up their boat. They can go further out into the ocean. They knew how to build their boat quickly and get to better fish spots, you know? And some of us are just here, just whacking a maggot out in the middle of the ocean and hoping for the best. And that's where I'm at, and that's where you'll start. And unless you have a very clear niche and do some research on what there is a hole in the market and all that kind of jazz, really, then growing is going to be a struggle. But that isn't what this is about. So, let's get into it, and let's go break everything down. Bait and switch, you thought I was going to do that to you again, didn't you? So, right, first thing that I use is when I edit any videos, I use Power Director. So we want to go into the cost of this and the breakdown of this, whatever you want it to be. So I use the Power Director Suite 365, which is time of recording, is currently on sale. Chances are it's going to come out in about 6 months, so it won't be then. And that is $76.99 a year. Okay, that's the first thing. That also isn't taken into effect if you have a computer, capture card. You know, I do everything off my PC. Sorry, off my PC. And in 2017, this bad boy cost me about $3.5 grand. All right. Now you could probably pick it up for about 1,500 quid. I mean, GTX 1080 Ti, about 32 gig of RAM, stuff like that. It's Intel i7. It's a decent computer. It's fine. Like, for what I use it for, it's fine. But if you wanted to get something a bit more like an RTX card, an Intel i9, stuff like that, then it depends how much you want to sink into it. But if not, if you don't want to sink that money into it, you can literally go get a capture card, an Elgato HD60 for about 200 quid, and you can get like a 4 gig, which is what you need to run it, a 4 gig of RAM laptop for, I don't know, 500 quid, something like that. Might not even be that much. In fact, that was when I used a laptop 10 years ago, so I imagine it's a lot cheaper to get one than that. Get better than 4 gig though. Get something that can handle it comfortably, and you'll be all set. So as far as software goes, yeah, I'm going to be paying $76.99 for the editing suite per year, and you actually get quite a lot with that. So saying that's that footage I was showing you earlier. So you have plenty of different things that you can do to it. You can have transitions, you can have effects. Generally, what I like to do is, I'm obviously not going to do it in this video. I'm not going to put it to render because then that'd use a lot of computing power. But just say for argument's sake, this is the video right here. I use Audacity, which is free, to then record your voiceovers and stuff like that. Or like now when I'm doing it live, it automatically does it through the GTX experience, or GeForce experience, should I say. And then the only thing that I'll do to the footage when it's done and ready to go is I'll go to effects. I've already saved it in my favorites because it's the only one I really use. And then that's a color enhance, and you literally just either drag and drop, or you just right click on it and apply to all clips on selected track. And then you do that and give it a second and poof, color correction. It looks a bit stupid in the renderer. When it comes out though, it comes out clean. Okay, so that as far as editing goes, that's really all you have to do. You just kind of do your Control-T, your cuts and moves and stuff like that. You got different tracks, different things that you can do with it. This isn't a Cyberlink tutorial, but that is the one that I use, and it's very useful. So say I wanted to export that, then we'll take it to the final screen, and there you go. You got your name, your project, call it whatever you want. I generally do all that on YouTube side of things anyway. My resolution that I use, 3840 by 2160, I always up that to 60 frames a second, and then the kilobits I always put on high, 8000 kilobits a second. So that's where we are with that. So once it's rendered, what do we do then? We go to YouTube, and I've already taken, because I've got the microphone in front of me, otherwise I'll be typing like a paraplegic. So this is something else that I've got more investment into, is when I go to YouTube, I use a site or a tool called vidIQ. Now, let me just put that on there so you can see my face a bit better. What vidIQ does, it's basically a time killer. That's what I use it for, and you can also use it to optimize your videos as well. So let's just say, okay, just say for argument's sake, I'm on the vidIQ dashboard right now, and this is a video that would be long out by the time this video goes live, but as it stands, this is due to come out tomorrow. My accurate prediction on card SBMM algorithm, something that vidIQ is very good for. It gives me a score there. So my title is 61, my thumbnail's 85. All right, genius. I think that's a pretty good title. Let's see what you've got going for you. I predicted the future of COD skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, that's definitely a better title. So that is how we use AI there. So that goes back to your AI question. So we'll publish that. That is saved. Boom. So let's just go back to this video in hand. So I use vidIQ. I pay £200 a year for it. And it will help you more within just titles and generating your scores. It'll also go in, if you ask it to, it'll like also auto-generate thumbnails and stuff for you if you don't want to make your own. But we'll talk about thumbnail tutorials at some point during this video. So that's what we've so far. Let's just go where we've started. So it says on here, looking to start a YouTube channel, any tips? Is it expensive? It actually is, and it's quite expensive to run. Let me just flow back onto the part. There we go. It's actually quite expensive to run because, like I say, I pay £76 a year for my editing suite. I pay 200 quid a year for a vidIQ subscription. Now, granted, you don't need that, but what I have been doing is, when I've been grabbing a bit of free time, just going into all videos, sprucing them up a little bit, changing the thumbnail, stuff like that. Then that way, it kind of gives it its best chance in search. Well, not in search, in browse. We'll talk more about that as well in a little bit. So, now you've made your video, you set it to render, you're uploading it. Now what do we want to do? So, first thing, I've already put a title into place. How I use AI to make COD videos. That is going to be the title of this video or something to that effect. What vidIQ will do now is title recommendations, AI secrets for epic year, unleashing AI magic, mastering COD videos with AI technology, level up your COD content with AI. The ultimate guide to AI enhanced COD videos. Boom. That's a better title. That's what it's there for. Okay, so that's how we use AI. Can you use AI? Yes, you can, but not really until you get to post-production. All right, you can't just have a bot. You probably can just have a bot play the game for you, record it, and upload it. I mean, there are text-to-speeches and stuff like that if you don't want to talk. And I even believe Cyberlink has a text-to-speech feature as well. But let's have a quick look, see if we can find it. I'll be under the tools. I'm sure it's got a text-to-speech. I'm sure I've seen it at some point. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting here trying to muster through and look for it. It's a feature that I never use, but I'm positive. I'm 100% positive it's there. So even if you wanted to just write script, which you can actually do in vidIQ, to be fair. So let's just go back here. If you want to use AI, if you want to like write a script, if you go to create here, and yeah, we don't want a topic of the day or anything like that. Where is it? Optimize, create, generate. There you go. So there we go. Let me just type like a geriatric and dance around my microphone. How to use AI to make Call of Duty videos. Let this be up. AI description. It even writes a script out for you as well. I'm sure it does. Yeah, you can. It'll make you some backgrounds. It'll give you a hook. It'll give you ideas. It'll even generate you a script. And there you go. It also does your voiceover as well. We're not. Oh, there we go. So there you are, and it'll even generate you a voiceover as well. So yeah, you can use it for making COD videos. You just need to get your gameplay in place. Would I recommend it? Wouldn't really have the personal touch now. There we go. It's there. Let me just.
Hey there, Call of
I've got
Duty
the headphones on. Let's see if it's working.
Are you looking to take your YouTube channel to the next level using cutting-edge AI technology? Well, you're in the right place because today, we're diving into how AI can revolutionize your Call of Duty content creation for YouTube success. Let's kick things off.
I mean, it's not great, but it's there.
Do you want to enhance your
So even if you didn't want to do a voiceover, it's there. If you didn't want to talk to a microphone, it's there. And if you want to use it, use it. Also, that's the point.
Now,
cameras, expensive.
As
microphone,
creators,
Blue Yeti.
We all know the struggle of consistently coming up with engaging
all stuff you got to take into account when you're setting something up like this. It's not going to break the bank, but it's something to take into account. So like I said, we've already got 75, 275, 375 when it makes your camera up. Probably got that for about 80 quid, so we're on about 450 so far. Plus your computer that chances are you've already got. So yeah, no, it's an expensive hobby, that's a certain. Right, where were we from that? So is it expensive? Yes, and we haven't even finished on that bit. Can I use AI? Yes. Ish. It's more of making life a little bit easier than anything else. So actually, speaking of AI and speaking of making life easier, so we use that to vidIQ to make a better title. What about writing a description? Got you there too. ChatGPT, bitch. So I've already put what I need in. Hey, ChatGPT. I always nice to ChatGPT. I don't know why. I just went out AI overlords take over. They'll look at me and go, he was a good egg. So write me a YouTube video description on how Call of Duty, I can use AI to make Call of Duty videos. And then you just literally hit go. And it just types you something out. You can even use it to type you out scripts. This is completely free as well. You can get a better version, a paid version, and it'll do whatever you want it to do. And if my computer's running a little bit slow because it's using a lot of processing power because it's got Cyberlink open, it's got me recording and all the rest of it. So yeah, there you go. There, it will just, to be honest, it'll always do you a decent job. So therefore, I don't even read it. I just, as long as there is text there of some description, then that's good enough for me. And then we come to the thumbnail. So from there, we would just literally put it in a playlist. What was that? We just had on the go, Black Ops Cold War, boom. And then we come to the tags. Just refresh the tags. This will basically now vidIQ again. It's another time saver. Instead of just typing out your tags and stuff like that, it'll just pull a load up for you. You can get a handful in the free version as well. But if you just really want it to be lazy, you just hit boost and boom, they're all there. So you're all good to go on that. And the thumbnails are pretty good as well. Like the thumbnails, the tags are pretty good as well. Not perfect. They're not going to help you out much in search. But if you just like a channel like mine, it works. So there we go. Next on to thumbnails. So I'll do a quick how to make thumbnails and how much does it cost. Like scheduling topics. Right, we'll go on to that in a little bit. Again, we're more on the AI thing. So let's go into thumbnails and how we make them. So be funky. You can get free versions of Photoshop, whatever. This is just the one that suits me. It literally cost me £10 a month. So that's another thing adding on to the how expensive YouTube is. And all I do with this, right, It is super easy. It's taken me years to teach myself. So I open it up, go onto Photo Editor, I think it's called, and then just put a black template in. I think it's 1280 by 720. That way then that's perfect YouTube thumbnail size. And as far as what thumbnails I'd like to make, you saw at the beginning of the video, the footage that we were using was Crossroads strike map. So what I always do, just go to Google and just find one with a good size, good resolution, and we just fill that up to whatever extent that you like. Boom. So that way then everybody knows what they're getting on a map. You can see that it's going to have the title in there, so I just scroll down here because I've saved it at some point. If I can find it anywhere. There you are. Black Ops Cold War. Black Ops Cold War. And then, what would we use for this? Well, then we'd have to make a polar bear using AI. How do we do that? GenCraft. GenCraft is free if you only want 5 prompts a day, and it's literally a case of describe what your creation. Let's try a high tech polar bear. Let's just see what it spits out. So that'll literally is generating in real time. It is this straightforward. Some of the creations that they make are absolute monstrosities, but still, they do a polar bear. Dick, Rob, I didn't realize you did that. That's going to make my searches look odd. Okay, let's generate this bad boy. It's not great. That'll do. There we go. So, what did that take? Seconds? There's your high-tech polar bear. And then we go to, I can't see it because my big fat face is in the way. And then we take that, drag it over here, go all the way to the top. Boom. How do we use AI again to make this easier? Times many moons ago, I would have to, not even that many moons ago to be fair, it's only the past couple of years this has actually been good. So then we edit. Not with that one. Oh, balls, Rob. No, we don't do that one. Cut out, that's the one we want. I only do this like all the time, I'm new. And then you just isolate the subject. Boom, done. Then what I always like to do is, with it being Cold War, I like to have an orange background behind it. And we do that, and that, and that, and boom, done. Then we just add the text. Which is... What did the video actually title itself? I can't remember. Ultimate Guide to AI Enhanced COD Videos. So let's... AI COD Videos Guide. Okay. Then we just put that as that. Ping that over. That's how I make thumbnails, and that's how you can make really quick thumbnails. I aren't quite finished with that though, because I need to put my outline in to make it stand out. Put the orange, that's a little bit too thick, you can barely read it. Sweet. So that is make thumbnails really quick using AI. If we just use a little bit more AI just to touch it up a little bit, let that sort itself out. This is, again, dead simple. We just enhance the image, we add more vibrance to it, make that stick like that, and then use the old photo, restore it, and it'll just basically wipe everything off it. Makes it look good to go. There you go. That is literally how all of my thumbnails are made. It is that quick and that easy. And you then just throw it into there. Sorted. Done. Then you put your monetization on when you hit monetization, because everything can be a bit... It's not the at best when you're trying to start up a new channel and trying to get it monetized. And so that is how I use AI on a day-to-day basis on how to make videos. And we'll have a quick... Any tips? Is it expensive? Yeah, it is. I wanted to say it was for... Well, again, the stuff that you don't have to pay for after, microphone, camera, a lot of the things you pay on a yearly basis, so like your vidIQs, power directors, your BeFunky, or any kind of other Photoshop. I just like BeFunky because it's easy to use. And so yeah, that can build up. Yes, you can use AI, but generally just to make life a little bit easier for you. I wouldn't use the text-to-speech stuff if you wanted to make COD videos, unless, you know, you're really, really good at it, and then crack on. Also help with scheduling, topics. I know I want to make videos, but I don't know how to make videos. Well, there we go. I've kind of given you a guide on how to make videos. Your topics, your scheduling is something that is, it's just whatever suits you. I know it sounds like a bit of a cop-out. 1 a week's my sweet spot. That way, then, I can make videos in bulk and reply to comments and stuff like that and do video responses. Then, if I'm not feeling it for a couple of weeks, have a few weeks off, but nothing gets affected. So, that's the sweet spot for me. If you wanted to do 1 a week, that's fine. I think if you overdo it, you just won't get anywhere. So, yeah, 1 a week's a sweet spot. As far as topics, I like to make what are called feed-based videos, not search-based, where you type in how to do this. I like things that's popping up in the browser or popping up in your feed, stuff like that. So that's generally the kind of audience, the Call of Duty audience I aim for. I'm not interested in doing weekly updates. I'm not interested in doing like monthly patches or stuff like that. I am a COD nostalgia bait channel, and it's doing okay. Could be doing better, could be doing a hell of a lot worse. So just be happy with where you are and where you're at, and go from there. So hopefully this helped to give you a bit of an insight to what goes on behind the curtain when I'm making these videos, and how many different things how many different moving parts come into it to make one thing happen. It's a fun hobby to have, but just don't go into it thinking that it's going to be a career, because it's not. We're just a maggot in the ocean. That's it.